Hey, so I thought I'd do something a little simple tonight, a little bit of Q&A, because you guys have sent me some really cool paranormal questions. So I'm going to try my best to answer them as much as possible. Without further ado, let's carry on. And by the way, if you do hear anything weird in the background, please, or see anything, like timestamp it and put it in the comments, please. Okay, let's get into it. Have you ever seen something in this house you can't explain? Yes, more times than, honestly, practically every day. I see really odd things. I see things moving. I see loads of like shadow beings out on my peripherals. The lights like randomly glitched. Electricity is forever glitching. And yeah, I mean, the other night I saw something walking along the hallway. It looked like the size of like a 6-year-old child, but it was just a dark shadow, and it just vanished in front of my very eyes. And it's like 1 minute you can see them, next minute they just completely disappear. So yeah, I see things on a constant. Okay, let's get into question 2. Do you think spirits get attached to people or places? I think both, to be fair with you, Some energies feel like they belong to a location, like the walls hold memories, but others, they follow you. It's like they recognize something in you, or maybe you remind them of somebody, or your energy is what they're seeking. I don't know. And those are the ones that decide not to leave. They don't want to leave, Question 3. What's the scariest noise that you've ever heard in the night? Well, actually, I say the scariest, or one of the most scariest, is when, because I hear quite a lot, was basically when about 3 nights ago, I heard 3 loud, when I mean loud bangs. It was like crashing, something was crashing down like a ceiling falling through, but 3 times. And then I heard this scream, like a female, like, the scream on a horror film. It was like that lasted for about 3 seconds and then complete silence. I was horrified. I checked everywhere. There was no voices. There was no wind. It was just unexplainable, I'll be honest. I even looked outside to see if there was any disturbances. Absolutely nothing at all. So yeah, that horrified me. Okay. Question 4. Do ghosts know when you're talking about them? Honestly, I think, yeah. I think they actually do. Or at least they sense it. I do believe that they do, because it's like almost they respond to you, and they kind of, when you're on the spirit box, they answer you. And the questions are so like, it's like a conversation back and forth. It's really hard to deny that they do not understand us, or they do understand. I believe they do, because they sound like they do. They're answering questions. Question 5. Would you ever try to make contact with something in your home? Well, the truth is, if you've ever watched my videos, I have on many occasions. I probably shouldn't, because I've unleashed God knows how many spirits into my home. However, I do. I would love to say I don't, but I do on the regular. However, there is a line, and if you do poke something, expect to be poked back in the literal sense, honestly. Okay, question 6. Why do you think some people can sense spirits and others can't? Some of us are just tuned differently. That's what I, put it down to. It's like having a radio, Some people, most people are going to hear that static, but some people, they can hear the noise behind the static. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't know, because I was born deaf, I used, because I didn't hear until I was about 7 or 8. So I used a lot of sixth sense, like, to maneuver and to operate. So I think that helped develop my psychic gift. So I could actually hear static noises eventually, and, things like that. And I really do believe that a lot of people, they just can, they're more sensitive to it, and they're more sensitive to vibrations, such as when I was deaf, vibrations were, my way of thinking, my way of living, my way of feeling. So yeah, I do believe that that's why some people are more in tuned psychically. Well, that's my answer anyway. Where are we now? Is it question 7? What would you do if you caught a ghost on camera tonight? Now, well, first I would freeze, because honestly, no matter how many times I've seen these ghosts, no matter how many times I've seen spirits, entities, demons, or even heard them, it still makes you jump every single time. And some of them can be more grotesque than the other, depending. So I would definitely freeze. Then I would definitely watch it about 100 times, and then I would upload it so you guys can see and feel how haunted it actually is. And some real footage, because I feel like half of the time you see all this hype, like, and it's not real, and it's very agitating, especially like, you know, for real paranormal hunters. Like we like to see real footage. We like to, you know, capture like genuine things on tape. So everything you see in my videos is genuine. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for the questions and for keeping me company. I really hope you liked it. And if you want to hear more Q&As, I suggest you actually send me more. And please do, because some of these are really interesting and I really like to answer your questions. And if anything has joined us during this video and you as a viewer have noticed it, please leave a timestamp and in the comments and let me know. It would be great and very useful, because half of the time I can miss things too. I try and be thorough, but it's not always the case. And if I don't upload tomorrow, maybe check this footage out again. You know, just in case. Good night. And remember, no tricks, just truth, and keep safe. Bye for now.